While they didn't go head-to-head per se, they were both able to lay out their platform in the same room. Former AG and retired Superior Court Judge Elizabeth Barrett Anderson says she wants to make the position to be a good, strong, solid office.
And I have seen my successors, both appointed attorney generals and elected attorney generals, come into that office, some with some very strong character and leadership, and some without. Much of what you see in the office today was built 20 years ago when I was there.
Incumbent AG Leonardo Rapadas, who actually started his law enforcement career as an assistant AG under Barrett Anderson's office, hopes to continue the work he's done over the past 3.5 years.
At the Office of the Attorney General, we have done a lot. We've taken drug dealers, robbers, rapists, home invaders, and murderers off our streets. We are keeping them locked up for 15, 20 years, and even up to life.
The first question before the candidates was what crime do they consider the most serious on Guam? Rapadas says it's crimes against persons, which range from child abuse to burglaries to family violence to homicide.
And in every one of those cases, there's a victim or family member that has suffered a true loss, a loss of their esteem, feeling of self-worth, a violation of themselves as human beings, and in the most serious of crimes, homicides, a loss of life. Now, these cases have direct impacts on victims and their families.
Barrett Anderson says that crimes of property have elevated to crimes against persons, but says the drug problem on Guam has become serious.
So if you ask me, it's the drug problem on Guam. How do we attack it? We attack it with stronger working relationship, teams with the federal government, teams with the Guam Police Department, and most of all, strong and effective prosecutorial practice.
But what do they think about the pending medicinal marijuana referendum and its effect on law enforcement?
There will be, I think, negative effects for law enforcement in the short run, and I don't know how Guam is going to deal with the long-term effects, but GPD is going to have its officers trained as DREs or drug recognition experts.
Barrett Anderson agreed, saying Guam does not have any DREs, despite all 50 states and the CNMI having at least one. Whether or not she wins, she wants to be on the Measures Advisory Council.
I want to be on that panel. And I want to be on that panel because I want to be able to encourage that we become a zero-tolerant marijuana jurisdiction when it comes to DUID, driving under the influence of drugs.
As for the office itself and reorganization and conflicts with the executive branch, Barrett Anderson says it's inherent that the governor and the AG are going to conflict, and her objective is to have clear legislation defining the two roles. Rapadas, meanwhile, says he firmly believes in an independent elected AG that can make decisions on all aspects of the government. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.